Welcome to the Phases Podcast, where we use the phases of the moon to guide us in supporting your successful authoring journey. And now, here are your hosts, Judith Richardson-Schroeder and Debbie Belnavis-Brimble.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here on the Phases Podcast. I am Judith Richardson-Schroeder, and I am so honored to have one of the Messages to My Younger Self authors here. Sara Olson is with us. Hi, Sara. How are you doing?
Hi, Judith. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm super excited to meet with you today.
Oh, and I'm so honored that you're here with us because your messages in the book were beautiful. And I love the art that you have going on behind you. This is something that you do. This is such a beautiful thing that you do. So we're going to get into that, and you can share some of that with us and with the audience as well. So, Sara, tell us about Sara Olson. What would you like the world to know?
Well, I'll give you the Reader's Digest version. It's a long story, a lot of life lessons that I've gone through. And really, I'm from Idaho. I'm from a small artsy community in northern Idaho. It was a really friendly community. I grew up with a wonderful culture and environment there. And really, that's so much a part of who I am and what I bring to the world today. And fast forward, I'm 46 years old. I'm a grandma and I'm an empowerment coach. And I utilize art to help people heal through trauma and grief and things that they've experienced in their life. It's a tool and a technique that I was able to utilize to help myself heal, and have found the healing benefits are wonderful. And so I work with people one-on-one. I also create art and sell my artwork as well. I'm an author, and I just have a lot of amazing things going on right now.
It sounds wonderful. And as one artist to another, I know the healing power of art. I've used it myself for that. And it is incredible where you can take yourself in regards to the art and the form, and just allowing yourself to be a part of that. So I love what you do. I love these beautiful depictions you have in behind you here. The tapestry that you have beside you, did you design that? Is that something that your work as well?
No, I didn't design that. It was just a piece that I loved and thought it would go well where I have my art set up.
I love that. It is so beautiful, but it complements everything that you have going on behind you, your beautiful rose and the beautiful landscapes that you have going on as well. So everything that you do, Sara, is just amazing, and that you have stepped in to work with others to help them heal as well, because you knew that it helped you in your journey. That is amazing.
Thank
So
you.
a question for you then. Why did you choose to share your messages in the Messages to My Younger Self, messages that nourish and heal the soul? What was it that asked you to step into that and share those messages with others?
Honestly, Judith, I think it chose me.
Mm,
And I say that because, we all come to these different points in our life where we grow and we evolve and we learn from our past mistakes. And I was just in a point where I had been able to connect with Debbie and yourself and Cassie, and it was just my time. I had a book in my heart, and I haven't written it yet, but I have a book in my heart for about 6 years to speak to people in the world like myself who just are unsure of all the trauma and the different things that have gone through. And the biggest reason is really to help people understand. A lot of times people get focused on this victim mentality, and where things happen to them, or they can't believe all the bad stuff that's gone on in their life, and who did this to them, and all that stuff. And it's like, it's really easy to get in that mindset, but for me, it's like, I am just as responsible for what happened to me as the people that did it to me, because I did not establish healthy boundaries. I didn't know how to say no. I was a huge people pleaser, and I felt like I was doing the right thing by saying yes to everybody and no to myself all the time. And so that's the message I want to give to other people. And I feel like, just with the messages to my younger self, I feel like the book, you guys chose me.
mm. Oh my goodness, that is all so powerful. And as you're talking about that, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, yes, it is so easy to get into that victim mindset, and it's so hard to get out of it. It's one of those things, it's like that spiral that you just have no way to see your way out of it until someone shows you the way out. And so it sounds like you are showing people the way out, and your messages were so powerful as well. I'm just sort of curious, though. I know that you said that it chose you, but was there something else that attracted you to sharing messages, or the title, or was there something about there that just sort of called you to you a little bit more?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm so in line with the book and all the women, the talented women and you guys who put it together, and really just having that alignment, like, yes, I belong here. And
Mm,
this is part of me and what I need to do and give back to the world. And just having that sense of belonging where it's like-minded women like myself, who a lot of times when we are in situations, it's like we feel alone, and it's like nobody understands. And being a part of this, it's like there's other people who have gone through similar situations, and we can have that camaraderie and that friendship and those relationships that are stronger than sometimes blood relatives, because we understand each other, right? And I just love the idea. I mean, honestly, some of the things that I've been dealing with is guilt. I've had guilt over the mistakes that I've made, and decisions that I made that were wrong in my life. And having this opportunity to reflect back to my 5-year-old younger self, which it just felt good, because I was able to say, okay, what would I have told myself, and a lot of it is really about just enjoying the moment,
mhm.
learning to embrace your mom and dad a little bit longer. My mom and dad have both passed away. I lost my grandparents when I was really young. I don't have a lot of those relationships left. And so it's really just enjoy those times, because you never know how long they're going to last. Enjoy it.
That is so true. Yes, and I can relate with that. My father passed away when I was very young. My mother passed away shortly after that, and it is those relationships that you want to nurture. And if you still have them within your life, oh my goodness, they're so valuable. And especially with what we've gone through in the
Yeah.
last year, it makes it even more poignant that we have those relationships
Yeah.
to nurture and to grow. Oh, amazing. So, would you like to share briefly with us what your messages in the book are about, and just a little bit about the insight of them?
Absolutely. If I could just read a brief passage,
Absolutely.
I was looking at what to share. And a piece of it is, when your grandma wants a hug, squeeze a little longer. Don't run off so quickly.
Mm.
When mom reads you a bedtime story, appreciate her and learn to love and respect her, because few have. The sooner you understand this, the sooner you will gain self respect. When you are in 8th grade and Matt wants to kiss you, do it. Keep in touch with your high school friends, Tiffany, Brian, Allison, and Dawn. Visit them, talk with them often, go to their weddings, celebrate their successes, and console them in their losses. And I think, for me, that sums up what the gist of it is. It's about those relationships, those times that, when you're in high school, or when you're a young child and your mom's reading you a bedtime story and you're with your grandma, we never know how long those are going to last. And I have a lot of regret because I didn't keep in touch with my high school friends, and I miss that. I miss those good relationships that we had. And when I graduated from high school, we didn't have Facebook like we have today, and it wasn't easy to keep up with my friends. And I moved 1,500 miles away, and I started a family really young, and so it just, I didn't do that, and I really regret it. And so that's a message I want to share with people in the world too. Is like, value those relationships, nurture them. They're so meaningful. And that's at the end of your life. It's like, what do you want to look at or what do you want to think about when you're 70, 80 years old? Those are the things that are important, right?
Hmm. Absolutely. Definitely. This thing that keeps on coming to me is where, you can actually have somebody that you give things to, you buy them lots of things, but that is something that doesn't stay with them. It's how
Right.
you made them feel, and it's how they made you feel that really are those memories that are
Right.
formed. And it's so interesting. And I know that it's so important, especially for those of us who have already lost loved ones. It's
Yep.
almost as though it's more poignant for us to say, make sure you tell people you love them. Every time you see them, say that you love them. It's so important. And I just love the message that you shared. And I love the one about let him kiss you. That was so special. Oh my goodness. Your
I
message is just
was,
beautiful.
thank you. I was so shy and I was like, what is scary? It's like I didn't want to be a girl. I was a little girl playing football at recess with the other boys.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so I didn't know how to interact with guys.
Aw, I love it though. That is such a beautiful moment that everyone can share in. Anyone who reads that, they all have their own little story of the boy or the girl, let them kiss you, the kind of thing. So it's really adorable. I just love that part.
Thank
Um,
you.
so what is one takeaway, Sarah, that you would really like your readers to take from your message that you shared?
One takeaway, again, just live in the moment. I spent my life thinking of the next best thing or trying to get ahead or trying to, be at the end of the relationship. Like, okay, where's this relationship going to take me? Or what am I going to be doing in this job? And it's like, I focus so much in the future that I didn't enjoy each moment and each of those memories that I created with my family members and my friends and, just enjoy the moment, enjoy life. It has so many lessons for you. And through all of the stuff that I've been through in my life, I've been through so much. And now hindsight is 2020. You can look back and you can connect those dots and see how it makes sense to where you are today and where you can give back. And you might be in the middle of a trial or you might be in the middle of a stressful situation where it's uncomfortable. It's not easy. But if you can learn to be grateful for it and learn to even enjoy that process in and of itself, your life is going to be so much more happy and so much more fulfilled.
That's beautiful.
Thank
Wow,
you.
that is a powerful takeaway, and I think that anyone who's listening or watching today and able to get the book and read your message, oh my goodness, there's so many messages in this book, but there's just so much power in what you're sharing today because it's so
Thank you.
important and it's so timely, especially with all of us wanting to hug other people now because we
Yeah.
haven't had that anymore. And so this is really a beautiful message. And so thank you so much for sharing that, Sarah. So what I would like to ask now is I know that you've got all this beautiful artwork and everything behind you. So what do you have currently that you're working on? It could be a book, it's a story, it's whatever it is that you're working on. Would you like to share that with us?
I would love to. Thank you for the opportunity. Like I mentioned earlier, I've got a lot of exciting things going on right now. Currently, I'm really focusing on building my business and I'm working with clients and helping them with breakthroughs and it's included with art and self-development. I also teach weekly art classes where I share techniques. And again, I've only been painting for 4 years. I'm not an expert artist by any means at all. And so what has happened is art is a way to express yourself. And so I'm able to help hold people through that process and help them connect with some inner feelings and inner emotions that they need to release, maybe subconsciously through things that they've been through in the past. And that's what I'm really, really passionate about right now. And I'm focusing all my time on that. I eventually, long term, I want to start a nonprofit organization for single parents. I want to work more in the public speaking forum. I want to be more involved more with podcasts and really just get that message out there and share what I've learned along the way because I've learned so much and I want to give back to people and give back to the world.
Wow. Well, I have no doubt that this is going to be a definite opportunity for you in so many different ways because you have such an incredible energy about you, and your personality is just so inviting and so giving and so sharing with people.
Thank you.
And the things that you bring out in people through your artwork. I have seen some of the individuals who've worked with you and what they have brought forward in their art, in their expression. And it's just such a beautiful medium to be able to be so free with what you want to put on the canvas and what you want to send out, and that you're doing all of these other wonderful things as well, and that you want to start a nonprofit and you want to give back to the communities. That is just incredible. That you have an amazing heart, and I have no doubt that you are going to experience many incredible things along the way, and many incredible people as well. So congratulations to you, and I think it's wonderful that you are sharing as you are. So thank you so much, Sara, for just being you and what you're bringing to the world. So as we wrap up today, I'm just wondering if you'd like to share with us, how are listeners able to get in touch with you, and how can they find out more about your work and what you offer? Would you like to share a link to your website perhaps, or a social media link?
Absolutely. So the easiest way to get a hold of me would go to mycourageousmasterpiece.com. And there's where you can subscribe to my blog, and then I update it maybe every 1 or 2 weeks, where I give different coaching tips or life hacks and different stuff like that. You can also schedule some time with me. We can do a personal one-on-one meeting if you want to just get to know each other and see how we can support each other. I would love to meet with you, and or if you want to be involved in a weekly art class, there's a Calendly link on that website as well. So that would be the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Fantastic. Well, I hope that everyone does take advantage of that, because you have definitely got an awful lot to offer, and just having the opportunity to be with you and enjoy the time with you is going to be healing in itself, I'm sure, because I've definitely enjoyed the time with you today, Sara. I am so grateful that you're able to be with us, that you are a part of the book, and that you've shared so much with us and with our audience. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everyone, for listening to Phases podcast today. You have been listening to Sara Olson. She is one of the incredible co-authors in the book, Messages to My Younger Self, Messages to Nourish and Heal the Soul. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you again, Sara, for being here. It has been such a pleasure and an honor.
Thank you, Judith. I really appreciate the opportunity. It's been a pleasure working with you. And I know you guys are doing great things in the world. And I just applaud you for that. Keep it going. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Phases podcast. We hope that you've enjoyed the content that we've shared with you today as much as we've enjoyed sharing it with you. Remember to subscribe so you'll always receive notifications of our latest episode as soon as it gets released every Monday. And remember to leave us a review. We would love to get to know you better and find out how we can support you even more. Until next time, take care, friends.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Phases podcast. To learn more about how we can support you in bringing your first or your next book to the world, please visit us at our website, carnelianmoonpublishing.com. Stay safe, dear friends, and we look forward to having you back with us again next time here on the Phases podcast.